Brock and Fernette, thank you very much for inviting me, and especially to the Tremaine Foundation. It's been an incredible meeting. That's fine. I'll just deal with that. I'm an astrophysicist by training. I'm dyslexic as well, and when I was a kid, I just absolutely loved science. I mean, I still do. And it's not that I love science, but I loved being able to understand things by looking at them or thinking about them in different ways. And I really liked this process when I was a kid. And I'm old enough that nobody diagnosed dyslexia, so I didn't really know I was dyslexic. All I knew is I didn't do very well in certain subject areas, and I didn't like to read, and I still don't, to be honest. But somehow, I went on this bullet train towards a career in science. I said, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to be. And so I just focused on that and made that my goal. And, fast forward however many years, I got a PhD from MIT in physics, and MIT didn't require standardized exams, so I was able to get in on other bases. And, I arrived at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics about 35 years ago, where I am today. And, I became a scientist. But then after having spent maybe 2-3 years in the job, I realized that being a scientist isn't just about asking interesting questions about things you don't understand and using, your intelligence to look at things in different ways and to have fun with it. But there's a lot of reading involved in being a scientist. And even though, I had all kinds of techniques for kind of getting around reading. For example, I hid out in fields where there was very little literature, which is the cutting edge. The cutting edge always has nothing written about it. So you can always work at the cutting edge. But, eventually the cutting edge isn't cutting edge anymore, and they develop a literature, and I realized, this is really hard. I just can't keep reading these papers. So being an entrepreneurial type of dyslexic person, I convinced people that we should really be focusing on education, and we started an education group at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, which is a very big group now. There's maybe about 40 people there. And I kind of hid out. I made videos about education and learning and science learning, and I didn't read at all for about 20 years. I